There's no better place to win than in New York City. It really is something that's special. And, it had a definite impact in my decision to come here. We want to build a team, and a team doesn't have an I in it. We've used that expression a few times as coaches.
The two gentlemen to my left here are the experts in basketball. I am by no means an expert in basketball. And my whole job here now is about supporting them in winning a championship. And that's a lot easier than what I've had to do in the past.
Jim Dolan referring to Mr. Jackson and Steve Mills, the general manager. So just to put this into some sort of perspective, the level of success that Phil Jackson has had as a coach in the NBA, 20 years, with the Bulls and the Lakers, 229 playoff wins, went to the finals 13 times, won 11 NBA titles. On the flip side, the Knicks have been in existence for 68 years. They've got 43 less playoff wins and 9 less NBA titles. Here's Chris with more.
He is the Daily News' Frank Isola, who, of course, covers the Knicks. Frank, did Phil Jackson win the press conference today?
Oh, he definitely did. At some point, he's going to have to win games for them and maybe win a championship, but I thought he was outstanding today. And you would expect that from Phil Jackson. I mean, he's done this before. He knew what he was walking into. I like that when he first got up there, he really was talking directly to the fans, which I think is something that has never happened at Madison Square Garden, basically in the last 4 or 5 years. I like that about what Phil Jackson said. I thought he was very smart. He laid out a plan. Imagine that. So I thought Phil Jackson was very good today.
James Dolan says he willingly and gratefully will give up full control of the Knicks to Phil Jackson. Do you buy it?
I got a Brooklyn Bridge, I could tell you, if you believe that. No, I do think early on that will be the case. And it was also the case, if you remember, with Donnie Walsh. And then eventually he got upset with Donnie Walsh over something. And Phil Jackson admitted, to quote Ralph Cramden, that he's a blabbermouth and he likes to say things. And we know that doesn't go over big at Madison Square Garden. There will be a point where Jim Dolan is going to get upset at something that Phil Jackson does or says. The relationship, like every relationship, will be tested at some point.
Was today a good day for those who want Carmelo Anthony to stay in New York? Was it a good day for Carmelo?
You know what? Every day is a good day for Carmelo Anthony because he's going to become a free agent on July 1st, and he has the choice whether or not he wants to stay in New York. Phil Jackson, if you remember, in L.A. and in Chicago had star players. So maybe Carmelo Anthony can't be your star, your number one, but in 2015, the Knicks will have salary cap space. Kevin Durant, maybe 2 years down the road, maybe LeBron. They can go out and get a number one at some point, and I think Phil knows you need talent to win.
Lastly, is there anything that Mike Woodson can do to save his job?
I think he'd have to win multiple rounds of the playoffs. First of all, you got to get in, which will not be easy. Phil Jackson handled himself very well, a lot of class, and he said the right things about Mike Woodson. I honestly believe that Steve Kerr will be the next coach of the New York Knicks.